Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
Hey, what's going on? This is Inflewence, and today I got Maketoys MTRM06 Contact Shot, which is their point blank, and this is the reissue, I guess. I know there's been a lot of talk about this being KO, and then it was like, it's not a KO, it's just produced by the same factory with the same everything. It's just not Maketoys doing it. I could see that. I could see if that happens, but it's exactly the same. The box seems to be the same from what I know. I never had this figure. I was waiting on this figure. I know it was crazy on the aftermarket. I'm sure aftermarket people are probably mad that this came out, but I'm happy because I wanted this character. I don't think this character is going to be made by any other company. I don't know, maybe Fans Toys will tackle it down the road. No, I could see X-Transbots tackling this down the road, probably quicker than Fans Toys. They seem to be making more obscure characters. But yeah, I want this character, and I didn't think it would be made. So when the reissue came out, I jumped on it because Aftermarket was getting crazy money for it. So yeah, I like the figure. I mean, it's an older style because it's a very old mold. I think it's like 6 years old, I think. Not 100% sure, can't remember. But anyway, I mean, it's on par for that, and it's good enough to have a representation of this character. So let's get it rolling. So let's jump into accessories. He has quite a few. So you see it holds his gun, which is this can become a gun if you want it to, and I'll show all that in a minute. So you got this thing, this wing thing right here. Does a couple things. It goes into his arm, goes into the back. I don't know if this comes off. No, that don't come off. Then you have his target master. So his target master is kind of in two pieces. You got this piece right here, and you actually can have him in like this because he does have a barrel, but it just makes it for a better looking gun when you got the big barrel in. But you can take this big barrel and stick it in here as well, and then he can have another gun if you want him to. He can add it on the side like you saw it, and also in car mode it helps to have that like that. So you saw this target master here. So let's just get him transformed. His feet just come up like this, spread it apart. I just like to move his arms, turn his head around. This is in there like that, so you move that up, then move it down, then move it anywhere you want it, because then you move this up all the way and this goes to the side, the barrel, and then you can move his legs all the way down. And his hands have built-in guns, and you can see his face. It's not painted bad, and it has some articulation. So he has side to side, he has down, he has up. His arms can on a ball joint, so they hit the stuff in the back, but they can't go all the way around. They go up like that. Have his elbow, it gets more than 90 degrees. His knees get more than 90 degrees. Goes out about that much, and he can do the hurdles. Well, not the full hurdles, but in the front he can go all the way up, and no rockers or anything. And it's pretty small target master. You also get a second helmet that you can put on him, kind of like the samurai helmet, and you get two faces that you can use with either helmet. I kind of like this face better than the face that's on him. I think I may change because of the chin. His face that's on him, the chin's pretty long. Get the instructions were fine. I actually used their video that they had from, like, I don't know how long ago, 5 years ago, to transform it. See the box? Like I said, the box looks normal. I think I couldn't tell. It does look kind of dark, but I don't know if that's just how it was or if it's It is like that cheap cardboard because you can see the lines. I don't know what you call that, like the cardboard with the lines in it. I guess cheap cardboard. I don't know. But Maketoys always, you know, they were an early company. So go through the overview. You can see his face sculpt. You see his chin, what I was talking about. Has some stuff in here that's nice looking. Paint is nice. Here. This is painted. Doesn't feel like much die cast, but again, this is an old mold. They probably wasn't using a lot of die cast back then. You know, I think Fans Toys really ushered that in with all the die cast and stuff. Let's do the Hasbro version. They look crazy together, but that's cool. Got the mini in the Masterpiece. You got some Maketoys other offerings, the Headmasters, and you see where he stands with them. Scales really well with them. I really like the way he scales. So moving right along through articulation with this guy. You got his shoulders are on this shoulder pad can get out of the way, so you have to kind of get that out the way to get this around all the way. You can get it around all the way if the shoulder pad is out the way. Arms go up about that much. Again, I think you can move this shoulder pad up and get his arms all the way up. I think that's cool, especially for back then. The engineering on this guy was pretty cool. Let me do the head. You go down that much, up that much, side to side, and 360. It's on a longer ball joint than I like because you can actually see the ball, or not the ball, but you can see the stem. So I kind of don't like that anymore. Like I like when the head, but it's twofold. You get the head too far down so you can't see it. It doesn't move as much. So it's double-edged sword. He has a waist swivel, goes all the way around, I think. And I just broke his, yeah, this waist is super tight. Super tight. Let me put that down. Yeah, it's never going to do the 360 again because that waist is super tight. This hip skirt is just pegged in like this. So it's not anything spectacular. So it will come off if you pull it. Speaking of, I didn't do the elbows. Elbows are double jointed, so you can't get more than 90. And you have the bicep swivel up here. You have his hands. They're all, it's on one fixed joint, which is definitely old style and a fixed thumb for Masterpiece. Getting to the skirts, just talking about the skirts. You got individual skirts in the front and sides. You got ratchets. So he does do the hurdles and ratchets to the side as well, but they don't go all the way up, which is weird. So he doesn't do the straight splits, but it's close enough. And the ratchets do hold, they don't fail. He has ratchets in his thigh swivel. Ratchets in the knees that get you 90 degrees. And they feel strong. His feet go all the way down like that. And they can go like up all the way. He has an independent heel spur that can go up or down. And he has a rocker that you can get a lot if you move this out right here. But then you're kind of untransforming him. So it is limited if you don't do that. But if you do that, you can get a lot more. So I'm gonna do this just like the video. Spin this around, pull this down here. There's two tabs right here that you want to get this out of, like that. Be careful because they feel kind of brittle. So then you can move this up here and kind of spin this up like this, then Move it all the way around. His head then came off. That happens. You move this. You want to spin that like that. Move his head down. And then spin that back like this. You want to spin just this around like that. Spin these up. You see it's in that little groove. Spin these up like that. Then you can kind of push on these. Like it shows to push this and get this out like that. And that's pretty much what you do. Like that's how you do it. It makes it easier. Pull that out like this. I pull this out now because it doesn't tell you, but it's easier to get to pull it out. So I just pull that out, and you can move this up here like this. Try to move this up, and this right here, you want to spin this around like that. Then I pull this down like that and push this up. It's not exactly how they tell you, but then you know how to get this, because this little thing right here will go into this little slot. So you get the arm where that will make that happen. And you can see the arm is like this, and that's how it makes that happen. And then you have it right. Make sure all this is flat. Same thing over here. Pull that down here. Then I spin this. And then you get that lined up. Move it up. Make sure this is flat. Then you get it into that groove. Make that happen. Then this right here pegs into there. Move this down here and peg it in. Move this down here and peg it in. Again, move this up, just easier. Low. So then what you want to do is pull this up. Make sure that is all the way forward, because then it reaches and it kind of goes in there. You get everything solidified once you get the legs together. So now with the legs, do one at a time. You want to open this up. Actually, you can pull this out here, accordion it, then you can open this up like that. Slide this out more. See this little groove here? This is gonna fit in there. So then it's on like a double joint thing, double accordion. You can pull the feet out too, because you need the feet like this, and it's easier to work with. Make sure this is all the way over. Now you want to flip this like this. And when you're flipping this right here is going to peg into this arm. And there's a couple pegs up here that's going to peg into, let me see, right there. You got to flip this to like that. And that's going to peg up here. So when you're flipping it, make sure this part is out. And you know, it gets kind of difficult a little bit because you got to get everything around everything. Oh, one step, do not forget, because you'll be struggling like me. It's just this. Right there at that split, you want to bend it. That's what makes the room so it can go where it's supposed to go. And all this stuff. This stuff is loose. This is the only part, like, you know, transformation isn't the greatest, but it's not terrible either. This thumb should be up as well. so it's not sticking out. I don't know why it has L, because I didn't move it. That's why. So then all this should be where it needs to be. Put that there. And there's a, can't really see that. There's a peg here, goes into either of these sides. There you go, right there. It should be in, and then here, it's probably gonna come out again, but you can still try to like get that where it needs to be, like that. And this goes about like that. You can move this down, and there's a peg right here that pegs into there. Move this out like that. Then you wanna move that, move this down all the way. Flip this around. Move this in. Try to get that. Move this around here like this. There we go. And there's like a tab here. I didn't realize the tab on the end should go in there kind of. It's just like a soft tab. Flip this around like that. Then you got that. Now make sure this is still out where it should be. Flip this at the knee. Get up in there like that. And I kind of bend that over and get that in here. You maneuver that in. There's two pegs here, or one peg I should say, and one peg hole in order to get that. Then it kind of maneuvers to where you need it. You can get this where you need it. Then put this together back here. Move this right here. Are super tight. It rolls, but it's tight. I thought it was rubbing on something, but I'm not sure. It may just be the pins may be too tight. Who knows? Because I don't. But then you have this that opens up, and this is so hard to get out. That's why I said to get it out when I did. You can take this guy, get him up in here, get him just right. So he'll sit, because he has a lot of kibble. A lot of kibble going on. You can put the steering wheel down, you can put this down. Get him in there like that. Then you can take this, put it in here. Yeah. Like that. Take this, put this back here. It's a big car. Like, it's big. I was like, man, this is a big car, but I don't know, I don't know in scale, if it's in scale. I'm not sure. Then you got these things here. Got his little, let me see, this one comes up, little guns. That one's super tight. But yeah, you got the guns there, or whatever they are, and thought these moved, but they don't. Yeah, you got some fire here. You got the blue and the red, and I like the way it looks. It's solid once you get it together. Yeah, not much else to say. Put them guns down, and pretty much it. You see the back. Let me see. It's not really completely together back there. There we go. It's better now. This has issues sometimes too. It's tabs back here that hold it together. They don't go in all the way sometimes, but yeah, once you get it all together, it's really tight, except for this. For some reason, this keeps falling off. This is the first time it kept falling off, and it's not completely crazy loose. So let's go backwards as I do. Take these out of here. Take that out. Then I get these kind of out of there. Get these kind of out of there. Move that a little bit. I moved this. I don't know if I showed it, but I moved this a little because these go underneath these little flaps, which helps keeps it together. Don't forget these right here. I always do this quick. And then I did that, and the knees are heavily ratcheted, so that's one of the reasons. Put that knee back, pull this joint down like that. Move these out, the heel spurs. Man, things are tight. Yeah, these heel spurs are beasts. There we go. Move that back in. Move this back. Put this back down. And then fold this back down. Make sure this part of the leg moves. So then you can get this in tight. Peg, peg. Peg, peg. Got a leg done. Getting over here. Same thing. Move that. Move this down. Move this down. Move that. Flip that in. Move this back down here. Get this foot out. Heel spur, I should say. Move that. Push that down. Move this in. You can do all that like at the same time. Push this together and move that in. Here, move that out. Move this out. Move this up. And fold it on that back. Move this guy up or up. Get him out of here. Put that in, and then I just put that in as well. And this kind of comes all undone once you do that. You flip that back. That comes out, and then you flip this around like that. Move that out of here. Then you can get this together. Move that down like that. Move this up. His head's gonna keep coming off now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the quality was this bad. And I say bad, it's not terrible, but it's not what I'm used to. So I don't know if it's just mold or flip that around. I think you saw that. But yeah, I was saying, I don't know if it's mold or if it's actual quality. Put this up. There's two pegs in the front that peg in, and then you have the two pegs back here that peg in. Peg that. Then get these arms situated. Pull this out. Pull these arms down. Flip them around the best you can to where they should be. Should be able to get the. And you flip these back around like that. Again over here, move this down, pull it down, flip these around, and put that back. Then move this up here. This should be, yeah, his head's getting on my nerves. This really keep coming off now. And I mean, it's not gonna come off when it's on the shelf, of course. You can move this up here like this. Yeah, like I was saying, it's not gonna come off when it's on the shelf, but still, it's a nuisance. And here you go in robot form. And if you want to transform this guy, let's get him out the way, put his feet together, bend him like this. These are gonna go into here, but you want this out first. Move that out. Flip that up. It's gonna go under there like that. Well, not under there, but flip that. His head comes off a lot. Always flip his head around and put it down. And you can put his arm straight out. You can get this straight out, and then you peg these into his arms, and that's where they go. Kind of hold everything together. Then this you can move down, spin around, and then there's a notch that goes into there, and make that notch go into there. Take this, then you just put that on top, and just pegs in this hole by the sliding joint. Not sure if I showed that either earlier. Then this just pegs on the slot here. And that's it. All right. It's contact shot, which is point blank. So if you enjoyed this review, let me know and leave me all the things you need to leave me on, and I'll get over with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.